Hi, it's me. Oh God, this is so shaky. Um, so I wanted to talk about this thing. Um, it is a diode, a high voltage diode from a microwave, and I don't have a lot of knowledge about electronics. I'm really just learning, but what this thing does is it passes one half of an electrical, like the waveform, without going into a bunch of explanation. Our outlets produce like a sine wave. It goes positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative 60 times a second. And that works fine for regular electrical devices, but on things that work with direct current or with batteries, it does not. You can't plug a battery operated thing into the wall. But with this thing, it's part of what can allow you to use alternating current, this waveform, and make it into direct current. And it does that by only passing a certain portion, either the positive or negative side of the sine wave. I don't think I'm getting any of this wrong. But anyways, it was occurring to me that this is really, a good metaphor for a couple of things. One is how our expectations kind of dictate what we see and what we experience. And I find this happening literally all the time. From losing something and looking for it to observing someone's behavior that I know and kind of matching it up to some preconceived idea that I already have about them. That's the part that is kind of not necessarily bad, but I think it shows up mostly as bad when we see just what we expect to see. The part where it's good is this is also similar to the latching mechanism where we are experiencing something and then we derive some rules from that. So we've passed some portion and caused it to become, codified a little bit, or made stable, or maybe a little rigid. Where we've derived something from experience, from direct experience, and created a worldview. But that ties into the whole expectation thing too. So I don't know, good or bad, you be the judge. But it was just interesting how this little component out of a microwave, high voltage diode, how these kind of things could be metaphors, and really electrical stuff in general. Or when I was into appliance repair, there were so many things where I was like, oh my God, this is like that. And, that's another thing that's interesting too. It's like everything is what it is in relation to something else. So we see something and compare it to our prior, well, that's the expectation thing. We compare it to what we think we know. So, we see a particular type of bush or something. We go, oh, that's like a tree, or it's like a manzanita, or it's like a rose bush. And so I guess that's part of the way we don't really see things. We see our expectations, or we see, what's the word? It's not metaphors, analogies. We do a lot of analogistic, and there's another word too. It's not coming to mind, but free association. There's a lot of free associative stuff. Like the mind just seems to, like, something comes up and then it pops up with all these other things that kind of light up. Anyways, just some observations. Have a good day.